Hey guys, Seeney here, and this is the Australian Wealth Channel. And in this episode, we're going to talk about why you might be finding it really hard to get ahead. So in this day and age, many people feel like they can't get ahead. Obviously, this is very different for every single person. Someone might have $1 million and feel they can't get ahead. Someone might have 10,000, they might feel they can't get ahead, and some people might have nothing and feel they can't get ahead. So it's very important to take this perspective on, that it's different for every single person. But for my generation, it feels like there's a real feeling of people being unable to get ahead. So I wanted to explore the reasons why this is. I think we need to start with the biggest and most obvious one, and that is to do with housing. Now for us in our generation, it's been much harder for us to get into the property market compared with previous generations. Wages as a general rule are much lower compared to the price of housing compared to where it was. The price of housing 30 years ago, roughly, it was 3 to 4 times the average wage. Now, what we've seen over the course of 30 years is housing has increased quite a lot. And what we're seeing is that property prices have gone up so much that it's around 7 times the average wage. So it's a massive increase. And this 7 times figure might not even be enough depending on what city you live in. So there's a number of different reasons for this. Now, one of them is increased investment and increased prosperity within the country, which is a fantastic thing. However, it does make it much harder for young people that are just starting and want to get onto the property market. So what we're seeing is not that much supply and there's a lot of demand. So I think the way to mitigate this problem would be for the government to open up supply more and make it easier to develop land. And if there's more available, then it's obviously not as expensive. But the thing is, this is just one of the challenges of our generation. Every single generation has different challenges, and the challenge of our generation for many people is housing. It's not impossible, it's definitely doable. It just takes a lot of work and dedication, and once you get on the ladder, it makes it much easier to go from there. Now, the second reason I believe that people don't feel like they're really getting ahead in this day and age is that I don't believe that people are negotiating the full capacity of what they're capable of in their jobs. So I believe that many people my age are getting taken advantage of by a tight labor market. So what I'd suggest for people that feel that way, for them to try, is to really take a risk and start your own business so that you can look at getting the full value of what you are providing to society. Your earning potential opens up massively by doing this, and if you can do it and run a successful business, then you'll see a massive increase in your living standard. So it's something worth giving a go, especially while you're young and you don't have that much risk. But it might sound strange, but I think one of the best assets that people can have is confidence. People that lack confidence come across as being less capable in their job, even knowing they might not be that way. So people that are more confident are more likely to rise the ladder and get more promotions. So I believe that it's important that you are displaying confidence and you can display your competence, and I think that'll really help you in the future. Another one of the biggest reasons that people feel that they're not getting ahead is because they are spending way too much money. People can tend to get caught up in the trap of spending too much money to keep up with other people, and they're trying to fill a void, and they think that happiness is going to come by them spending money, and this is absolutely not the case. I think social media has a lot of the blame here, but of course, social media is not going to change. You need to take that into your own hands and be responsible for your own happiness. So the things that you need to survive are not that expensive. Housing is going to be the most expensive part of that, but food is not incredibly expensive if you're getting the right things. Society's managed to get food to everyone in such a way that it's really affordable for a massive portion of the population. So if you're spending excess on all these other things, it might be worth cutting back and then putting that money into investing. Instead of spending all that extra money that you have, try investing, and you'll see that your wealth will get compounded over time. The stock market, the saying is the stock market returns roughly 7 to 8% every single year. I think one of the best things that people can do in their life to start getting ahead is to start investing and stop spending their money. And over time, you'll see a nest egg that begins to develop. You know, it's great here in Australia, we have superannuation, which is very helpful to a lot of people, but I don't think it's enough. I think you need to be investing a bit of your own money as well on top of that to get yourself really set up for the future. Now, obviously, depending on where you live, this is going to change. If you're in a very expensive area like Sydney, then that is going to be very expensive. But if you live out in the middle of regional Queensland, things might be a little bit cheaper for you. So obviously how much you're investing depends on your cost of living also. And by buying up assets, it means that these assets over time are starting to grow in value without you actually having to do anything, which is really important if you want to grow your wealth, is to have things working in the background. It's absolutely crucial. I'm sure there's many other reasons why people feel that they're not getting ahead, but I think these are the most important ones. So society is unlikely to change. So it's really important that you do everything that you can to improve your own situation, because I just can't see things changing. So it's very important that you take that situation into your own hands. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching this one. I hope you found it helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps to get these videos out to more people. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.